Hey guys, welcome back to a review for our Quiz 1 on profiles and panels, Allied Health 209 laboratory testing. Okay guys, you know the first day in lab I handed out a big pack of papers with a big clip on it that I told you to take that instead of typically pre-COVID, you guys would be responsible for printing all this out because you had access to the library and you could print out for free there, and you would have to download them, print them out, and place them in a 1-inch black binder that you bought. That's all in your Start Here section. But I let you know before class started that you would not have to do that I was going to have those printed out for you with 3 holes punched in them, and I would have them together for you in lab, which I did, and I handed out to everybody the first day of lab class and told them to go through it, get familiar with it, know what's in it, put it in a black binder, and tab it. Now, one of the reasons I get you guys to tab them is first and foremost, it teaches you to be organized. When you're working in a doctor's office, you need to be as quick as humanly possible, but you need to do things correctly, efficiently, okay? And the way you're able to do things fast but right is to be hyper organized, okay? And so I want to teach you now that you want to put this stuff in a black binder, and then you want to tab each section so that you can quickly and easily find what you're looking for. Now, what was in that pack was a bunch of review guides. As a matter of fact, the first thing you guys saw when you opened it up was anticoagulant / order of draw study guide. Start studying the order of draw. Start studying these tube colors, the order of draw they're drawn in, and the additives that are in them. Okay, this is a lot of material to learn, and you're only in class that one day on Monday. All the rest of your lecture is online, and the rest of your lab is online. It is up to you guys to maximize your time that you're not in class to make sure you're studying, okay? So I'm putting up these types of videos to kind of remind you that, hey, today's Wednesday the 6th, right? I won't see you again till Monday the 14th. I've already put up a lab video about what we're going to be doing in lab, so you guys will be prepped, prepared, ready to go when we get there, okay? And I'm putting this up to remind you that this is a lecture quiz, but you will take this profiles and panels test in lab, okay? It will be done in lab. All the rest of your lecture quiz and test will be done online. But this one lecture quiz will be taken in lab. Okay, and we're going to go over your tentative course calendar and any adjustments that need to be made to dates for tests, and y'all can make that now. So what I'd like you to have right now is have your black binder out while you're going through this video. It's going to be a short video, and have your syllabus with your tentative course calendar near you, okay? Now, like I said, I handed out all that material to you. The first thing you saw was that order of draw study guide. Right behind that was a tube colors and anticoagulants and order of draw color picture of your flower, which helps you learn the order of draw, right? Those things should be tabbed in your black binder. Then there was a blank page that separated those two things from your chapter reviews, right? Okay, you use these chapter reviews to study for your test. And each one of these chapters should be tabbed, chapter 1, chapter 2, all the way down to your very last chapter, which is chapter 8 on microbiology. Okay, chapter 9, I'm sorry, excuse me, is 8 and then 9 on toxicology. All of those should be tabbed so that if you need to get to those review guides to study them, to fill them out while you're watching your videos, you will easily be able to get to them. It makes you be able to do the right thing much quicker, right? Then behind that, you have Allied Health 209 Final Lecture Exam Study Guide, okay, which we don't need to worry about right now because we're not there yet. And then directly behind that is Quiz 1 Profiles and Panels Study Guide, which is literally the answers to the test. And then Quiz 1 Profiles and Panels Practice Test, where you can practice. Now, why do I give you the answers to the test, right? Because things like this are things that you learn off rogue memory. It's like memorizing bones, memorizing muscles. You have to go over it and over it and over it so that it is seared into your brain, and you will memorize where those bones are, where those muscles are, and what tests are in an electrolyte profile, okay? The only way you're going to efficiently learn this is to study it over and over again. You have plenty of time before this quiz will be taken. When you come to lab class, and we'll discuss that when it is, the first thing once you get in and get settled is I will hand out And it looks exactly the same as your study quiz one that you have. You have that blank one. I will hand a blank one that looks just like that out to you, and you will take a number 2 pencil, you will put your name on it, and then you will start taking that test, and then everybody will turn it in, and then we will go on to doing our lab. So guys, make sure you are studying that profiles and panels. That's a lot of information to learn, that order of draw and those additives. Okay, also make sure that you have put this in a 1-inch black binder and you've tabbed it, because when we take our first test, you will turn this into me for a grade. What am I grading? What am I looking for? Okay, these are easy points, guys. I'm looking that it is in a black 1-inch binder. I'm looking that you tabbed each and every section, and I am looking to see if you have bothered to fill out your review guides. If you do all those things, then you will get your points, okay? So make sure that you have done that, you're familiar with it, you know what's in it, and you're using it to study, okay? Now, next, we're going to go through this, right? So what are the 4 tests on the electrolyte panel? Please use this as a study, way for you to study. Sodium, potassium chloride, and bicarbonate, right? I'm not going to count off for spelling, although I will say this to you. Start learning how to spell these words. They're not easy. Foot-long words, right? $1-million words. But if any of you are looking to further your career from a lab assistant on to a clinical laboratory scientist, on to maybe a nurse, respiratory therapist, if you're looking to go from a medical assistant to a nurse practitioner, to a physician's assistant, these are things that they're going to expect you at some point in time. They're going to start counting off for these for spelling, okay? So you don't have to spell them correctly, but guys, I do need to be able to recognize what it is. And yes, you can put Na for sodium, K for potassium, Cl for chloride, and HCO3 for your bicarbonate. Yes, you can do that, okay? You can put ALT, AST. You do not have to spell that entire word out, but you need to memorize what tests are in each one of these profiles. So what are the tests in the renal profile? Your electrolytes, right? And then your albumin, BUN, calcium, creatinine, glucose, protein, not total protein, protein, and your phosphorus. So what are the electrolytes? Okay, they are the 4 tests in the electrolyte profile, right? Your sodium, potassium chloride, and bicarbonate. Then a chemistry profile has all the tests that are in a renal profile except for which test. Once you start learning these things, you'll be able to piece this stuff together. And this will help you learn, because once you learn one, then you'll know the other one, right? So because a chemistry profile has all the tests that are in that renal profile that we just learned, right? And then what additional test? Phosphorus. It has alkaline phosphatase instead of phosphorus. So when you write out the chemistry profile and you start memorizing it, you just take the phosphorus out and you add the alkaline phosphatase, right? Then if you substitute that alkaline phosphatase for a phosphorus, what are the 4 more tests that are in a chemistry profile besides the ones that are in the renal profile? You got your ALT, AST, total bilirubin, and total protein, right? Okay, guys. So we went over this. I want you guys to use this as a training tool, okay? Review these things and make sure you go over them and you know them, okay? Now remember, profiles and panels, these are just groups of tests that for convenience, right? We have put them together so that doctors can order them when they're looking for certain things. If they're worried that there may be something wrong with your thyroid from your symptoms, from your signs and symptoms that you showed in the office, from your history, right? Then instead of having to write out T3, T4, and TSH, they can just order that panel, and then everybody uniformly knows that these are the tests that we run on this thyroid panel, and it can help us diagnose, monitor, and treat things like hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, right? And a complete blood count, same thing. It's just a way for us to put all these tests together that can help doctors be able to quickly order these tests so that he can see a better picture to help him diagnose, monitor, and treat our patients, right? So make sure you're taking both that test that has all the answers on it, right? Because it's got named the 14 tests in a comprehensive metabolic panel, a CMP, also called an SMA, a chemistry profile, chemistry panel, or chemistry screen, right? So make sure you're studying this, okay? Because we're going to be taking this test before long, and this is a lot of information you need to learn. Well, I told you to have out your black lab binder that I hope you've tabbed and you're familiar with it, and you already knew that profiles and panels quiz was in there because we talked about it in lab, and I handed it out to you, and you were supposed to look through it. But you also asked you to have out near you the syllabus and your tentative course calendar. Now, it's called tentative because hurricanes happen, global pandemics happen, holidays happen, and sometimes due to that, we have to move things around. So if you'll notice, in your tentative course calendar on page 7, it says Wednesday, September the 16th lecture, right? Quiz 1 on profiles and panels. We're going to move that quiz 1 on profiles and panels to Monday, September the 21st. So when you come into class, lab class on September the 21st, the first thing you're going to do is take that quiz on profiles and panels, then we'll immediately get started on our lab stuff. Okay? So it also has Wednesday, September the 9th, which is today, as test 1 on chapters 1 and 2. I'm going to probably give a little bit of an extension on that test, but guys, the very first thing I told you is your lecture class is online. I told you this the very first day we were in lab, okay? And I told you that the videos for your test for chapters 1 and 2 were already up and ready to go, and you had your black binder with your reviews. You should have a long time ago read both of those chapters in your textbook, watched both of those videos that are online, filled out your review guides, and you should have been studying. You're on class that one day. The rest of the time, you should have been studying. Okay, so we're not extending that first test for very long. I'll extend it a little bit, but it will not be for very long. So you guys take your tentative course calendar, and on Wednesday, September the 6th, put one line through quiz 1 on profiles and panels, and then right there, wherever you can, right on here, okay, that we will be taking that quiz in lab on the 21st, okay? So make sure you're studying, okay, guys? I'll see you in class on the 14th doing our microscope. I hope you're watching these videos, and I hope you guys are studying. I will have a video today out also on your lab test and the extension on the day, okay? So be looking for that as well. You guys have a great day.